Okay, Joe Trumpet fitness fans. Today I'm going to do a quick yoga, 10 minutes maybe. I'm going to try to keep it right around 10. I'm here with coach and friend Steve, my dog Gus, and his dog Sydney. So this is going to be like a flowing process. Some of this stuff you might want to not go as deep as I go, or you might not even want to do as many moves. But I think you'll get the picture of how you can do what you need to do. Okay, so I'm just going to start right here and take a nice deep breath. Stretch up and bring my hands to the heart. And again. I'm just putting a little pause at the top. This is just a nice kind of warm-up stretch. I'd probably do this a little bit longer, but in the interest of time, I'm going to skip past that and then just do a swan dive. Head up, head up, head up, flat back, and then down. I'm going to hang here for just a second. Inhale up to flat back. My hands on the shins. Exhale. Forward fold, and inhale, reverse swan dive. And I might do a couple of those, but again, in the interest of time, I'm going to do one more and move on. Inhale up to flat back, exhale down. My hands are right here by my feet, and normally I would step or jump back to plank, but because of the mat, I'm going to turn. Forward fold, step back to plank, and that's hands under the shoulders, wrists under the shoulders, right at shoulder length apart, and I'm going to go through a vinyasa. I'm down, nothing's touching the floor except for my feet and hands, and then up into upward dog. Now, if this is too hard, you can put your knees down, and this is called cobra. It's more of a relaxed pose. Okay, then I'm going to go down, and you can do an optional push-up here, or not, and then up to upward dog, or downward dog, I'm sorry. Now on this, I'm trying to get my heels as close to the ground as I can. Hands stay right where they were, fingers pointing forward, or index finger pointing forward. Then I'm just going to go down, back to plank, and do one more vinyasa. This whole movement is called a vinyasa. Now I'm trying to just push the floor away. Keep my head and chest up. You can look up or look forward on this move. Okay. Down, optional push-up to downward dog. And now, I'm going to lift my leg in the air and then drop it and kind of stretch out my ankle a little bit. Look at my foot underneath my arm. Raise it up again and kick it forward. Now, I'm trying to get a 90-degree angle here. Fingertips just touching, and this is called runner's pose. Now from here, you could go back, you could just do runner's pose for a second, drop back down to plank and do your vinyasa, or you can go up into crescent. This is called crescent pose. I'm trying to keep a good 90-degree angle here, and a very straight back leg. Okay, take a couple breaths here. Swim my arms down, back to the feet, step back to plank, go through a vinyasa. Alright, do that to the other side. Leg up in the air, let it drop down, stretch out the ankle a little bit, kick it back up, follow through. Now some of you might have trouble with that follow through move. You might end up here. If you do, it's fine. Use your hand or take another step, whatever it takes to get your foot right up in between your hands. Okay, come up to runner's pose.
Yeah, it took me almost a year to get that whole follow through.
It's tough, it's tricky. And then up to crescent. And you might tumble here a little bit, especially if you're new to yoga. This is kind of a basic pose, but when you're new to it, it's a balance that your body doesn't do very often. And swim the arms back down and go through your vinyasa. Now you can see, with the exception of a few minor moves like the ankle, I'm not going to be doing that every time, but basically I'm just building on what I've done. Up into crescent. Now simple move, I'm just going to get my back foot there, Steve. Just going to drop it down into warrior one. Now I'm trying to make sure that my hips are square to the front. It's easy to go like this. Your body wants to do that. But you're going to try to square up your hips. Keep this 90 degrees or as close as you can. Nice straight back leg with your heel down now and your arms up. Now from here you can go back to crescent, or you can just swim your arms right down. Go back into plank. And vinyasa.
Man, this is a perfect day for yoga outside now.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a ton of these in western Pennsylvania. Okay, same thing on the other side. Foot down, and warrior one. Again, trying to square up.
You're definitely deeper on your left leg than you are on your right. Yep. I have that. I have that too. I have the same problem.
Back down. And you can kind of choose to do these fast or slow. Whatever, you know, I like to get, it's a different kind of workout each way. A little more cardio if you go fast, but sometimes it's a little harder to do it going more slowly.
So now you're back on the right side?
Yeah, see if I can improve on my depth on the right side. Up into crescent, warrior one. Now another little cueing. I'm going to go like this to warrior two, and I'm going to allow my back foot to go out perpendicular to my mat. Okay, and again, I'm going to try to see where I'm at here. You want to be like on top of your hips here, not too far forward and certainly not back. And this is warrior two. Now I'm going to inhale back up to warrior one, into crescent, and then ooh, getting a little uneasy there. Swim back down to plank. Same thing other side. I'm just going to keep it peaceful. You know what to do now. Another vinyasa, and you'll notice that as I'm doing these vinyasas, it turns in quite a few push-ups. But if you start to get tired, those push-ups are optional, remember. And there's always the cobra, and you can take a little rest. If you need a rest at some point, this is a nice resting pose right here, just downward dog. Okay.
7.5 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to move a little more quickly. I want to get a couple more things in here. So, thanks for the time check, Steve. Okay. Runner's pose, crescent, warrior one, warrior two. Now, just lean back, reverse warrior. Putting my hand down by my knee, but trying to not put much pressure on, because that could be unhealthy for your knee. And I'm looking up into the inside of my elbow. All right. Back to warrior two, warrior one, and go through my vinyasa again. And straight to downward dog this time. Other side. Vinyasa. Might seem obvious, but it might not to everyone. I'm doing the same thing on both sides every time. You want to work your body evenly. Warrior two, reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. There's a couple options here. I'm going to go in to warrior three, but you could do triangle pose here. Maybe I'll do that next round. And I'm not very good at this, so you probably see me tumble a little bit. I'm going to lean forward, 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 and then I'm going to launch myself up onto one leg. Now this is painful in my hip, so I don't hold this pose very long, but I always feel it right here. So do what you can, and you can put your hands forward, or you can stretch out your chest like this, and I'm just going to float back down into warrior two, and then I'm going to go into reverse warrior, but with a rest. With this straight front leg, I'm getting a rest. Okay. Back into warrior two. One. Throw my hands back down for vinyasa.
It's a lot of workout in 10 minutes.
It is. And I don't know if the camera can catch it, but I'm in a little sweat here. And it's not a particularly warm day. It's very nice, but not warm.
The camera catches it all in high def. 10.5 minutes.
10 minutes? Okay, I'll wrap it up at the end of this one. Leaning forward. I find it's a little easier to balance too if I just put my hand flat on my back. Alright. Back down. Warrior 2. Warrior 1. Back down into vinyasa. From here, I'm going to go to hands and feet. Just a couple little stretches. This is child's pose. And this is a great rest. If you need a rest and the downward dog is too much for you, just go ahead and drop your knees and hands and go into child's pose like this. It's a great rest pose. Back up to hands and knees. Little cat stretch, arch the back. Camel, arch it up. And I'm going to step my feet back to my hands. Breathe, flat back. Exhale down. Breathe up. Reverse swan dive. And that's a little crash course on some of my favorite yoga moves. There's lots more to do. I got a little sweat in my eye. There's lots more you can do, but that's a pretty hard workout in 10 minutes for yoga. So, thanks again. We'll see you soon. JoeTrumpetFitness.com.